Hey guys, what's going on? I decided to talk about another topic today because I haven't talked. Hey, lag here. I haven't talked about one of those topics like the gay marriage is one. I've done that for a little while, about a week or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another. Wow, you just came out of nowhere. Really prepared for that. All right. So I decided to talk about rape because that is one thing that you don't hear about it too often. I mean, unless it's some big pedophile and he's in the news, you'll hear about it. But I've been around rape victims. Some of my family was raped or molested. I don't remember which one, but I know, an older gentleman at their time, and they were a child at the time, that they were messed with, if you will. Uh, and the person grew up. They didn't. It doesn't look like they had, too many social, withdrawals, if you will, because of this. But they are sometimes apprehensive, and I can understand that. I don't think a human should be raped or molested, or a 50-year-old man should take any interest in like a 5-year-old girl or boy. I think that's jacked up. And then you always hear those jokes about Catholic priests and touching little boys. Well, yeah, I understand it's a joke. Sometimes it goes a little too far, but sometimes it's also true. You gotta look at it that way. Ooh, I got two. Come here, come here. Don't fight it. Here we go. No, I only got one guy. I got a special. No. It's fine. But it's one of those things. It's another taboo topic, if you will. I don't hear too many of my buddies going around. Oh, dude, yeah, this girl got raped last night. Oh, that's nice. Okay, why did you tell me this? It's I don't like talking about it, but it's something that has to be discussed because it'll happen. It's gonna happen, and that's the sad, shameful thing that I think every human should be afraid of, or not afraid of, shameful of, is that there are people out there that take pleasure in doing that. That it's like that they live and breathe rape, if you will. They live and breathe rape. Okay, I guess I'm only suppressing that guy. There you are. Come here. I don't think I hit him. I got some C4. Let's go give him some brotherly love, guys. Um, and I hear quite a few jokes about rape, like uh, I don't know one off the top of my head. I don't really think about them too much, but I've heard jokes about it. I went to this school. Uh, it's called MIS, which stands for Munich International School. And there's this girl got raped with a champagne bottle at a party because she was drunk. And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, whoa, whoa, what do you mean raped by a champagne bottle or with a champagne bottle? Well, that's exactly what I mean. They took a champagne bottle and they put it you know where. And they had fun with her, I guess. I don't know, but she was raped, and the gentlemen were, I think, of age. It's considered of age in Germany, which is about 16 or so. Um, and so they got in big trouble for that. They actually went to jail. Brotherly love. There we go. Um, they went to jail for that. Um, or prison, jail, one of those two. I think it's both the same thing. But they got in some major trouble for that. And the girl immediately like left the school. I think she went to a boarding school after that. It was an all-girls boarding school because of that experience. Because I I can understand that feeling like, oh my God, this happened to me. And what makes it worse is they videotaped it. They would think there's a cell phone involved, and they videotaped it. And I'm not sure if they put it up on the internet, but there was a video involved, and they look like they're having a good time, which didn't help their case at all. And I think if it was me, I wish that one girl who got raped. I think you guys might have heard of her. But there's this girl that got raped, and so what she did was she came out and she made this device that it gets inserted into the vagina, and it's like got these barbs on the inside. It kind of looks like a backwards condom, if you will. It looks like a backwards condom. And the device basically throw out some ammo. Only got a suppression assist off that. Was hoping that would have been a kill. But the device basically, as soon as the man goes to rape his chosen victim, uh, guy over there. I don't know. Might be a guy over there. Um, he's immediately impaled on these barbs. Like, there are barbs in the front that stab the head of the penis, and then there's barbs on the side. So as soon as he tries to pull out, it hooks in, and he cannot get it removed unless it's by a medical doctor or surgeon. And I think that's a great punishment. but also I would hope that that wouldn't have to be used, and that women wouldn't have to start walking around nowadays with those inside of her, vagina. I'm sorry, but well, it's pretty bad leg. Um, I wouldn't want my mom walking around with that inside of her, because I'm like, my mom's that afraid of being raped. What the hell has this world come to? And it's like, was it? I think CNN described it as a medieval torture device. Okay, got some lag here. Got that guy. Another one over there. Yeah, I think it was CNN or ABC described it as like a medieval torture device. Uh, this girl lived some foreign country. I want to say it was exotic to America, that is, which would be any other country that's not America. Um, I want to say South America, or one of the Spanish-speaking countries. Um, but it was definitely around there, and not even a suppression kill assist. Okay. What was it saying? Yes, South America and all that. Uh, I just I honestly, as a man, I can say I feel ashamed whenever I hear that another woman's been raped. You know what, brother? Ah, dude, I was gonna give him brotherly love from behind. You know what? There's your brotherly love. There's yours. Ah, no, no. All right. Oh, cool. You show me some love. But as I was saying, I can honestly say I feel ashamed when I hear about this in the news, even though I had nothing to do with these crimes. I just I can't say that I I'm proud to be a man when I hear that other men go out and they do this, that they enjoy this, and that okay, what's going on here? I couldn't do anything. I'm sorry. I don't think you can bash someone's face in with a C4 clicker. Um, but I can't say that I'm happy and that I'm like, oh yeah, it's great to be a man. Another girl got raped. What? It's one of those things. It crushes your mood. I wouldn't say it destroys your manlyhood, but it does make you sad. And then another thing I want to talk about is abuse, because my family's been around that a lot. I mean, it's we attract the crazy people and whatnot. Okay, okay, I'll give that to you, Mr. AN94. Um, but we tend to attract the crazy people. There's this girl. I'm not gonna mention any names, but there was this girl. She was I guess, in a bad spot for a little while. Her ex came and stole her license plates. Um, broke into her house. I mean, just all these really bad things, and there was suspected abuse going on. And I won't get into too much detail on that. But oh, okay. Brotherly love, brotherly love. But oh, there's a German. There's a German. Yay, Germans. Um, but she was suspected of being abused, and I guess this guy now lives in another state or whatever, because we actually had to take his son to him because the mother was in a bit of a rock and a hard place. I won't go into too much detail. Yeah, come get it, come get it. Never mind. But I guess there are some things going on mentally and emotionally, and she had to get that checked out. And we had to go take her son to Kentucky, somewhere in Kentucky, and I think it was a 6-hour drive total, 3 hours to, 3 hours back. I think it was about 4 hours too, actually, because there might have been some traffic. I don't know. My parents took the kid because I couldn't stand him. With what the kid's been through, I understand he's been through a lot, but he treated me and my parents like less than dirt. I sold some of my games because when you get tired of games, you tend to get rid of them. Give them to someone else. Just get rid of them. Um, and that's what I did. And then the first thing that comes out of this kid's mouth is, "Hey, I bet, when you get bored, you're not gonna have anything to play." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude? I got other games I like to play. I got Battlefield 3, I got my computer, I got stuff to do." He's like, "No, no, you don't." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You sold all your games, remember?" I'm like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And then he tried to tell me what games to sell and what games to keep. He's like, "Gears of War 3, man, you need to keep that." I'm like, "I don't like the game anymore. It's not my style." He's like, "Just keep it, dude. You need to keep it. Don't sell that game." I'm like, "I'm gonna sell the game. It's my game. I understand you're trying to be helpful, but you're being completely rude to me." Um, he, mouthed off my parents, and all this comes from what happened with his mother, because this is what he saw. This is what he was trained to do, if you will. He was, you know, raised around this, so these are things that are going to come out of his mouth. The way he's going to act, it's going to reflect his family life. And I understand that totally. Like, my family life, like I said, my parents told me, or not just told me, but they raised me, love who you love. You know, believe what you want to believe. If you're not Christian, that's fine. If you're not a Buddhist, that's fine. If you're an atheist, cool, great for you. Um, I'll talk about that some other time. The religions and wars, lots of stuff just from religion. Um, but let's not talk about that right now. But you know, it's when you're raised in your family and your father thinks that a man needs to be a man's man. I don't even know what that is. I guess, you know, a hard as nails type of guy. That's what you're gonna end up growing. You're gonna grow up to believe that. I'm really layering on the C4 thick here. Oh god, this is crap. Someone got stuck right there. All right, no more C4. No more C4. Back up here. Oh, oh, yes, I got him. Sorry, I wanted him to know that there was brotherly love. Um, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. You know, he was raised to believe these things. I'm gonna hug this guy. Come, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's get a hug. Get a hug. Come here. You want a hug. You want a hug. Ah, man, no hug. All right. But he was raised that way. That's what he saw throughout his childhood was violence. Um, like I said, you know, that's still spectacle, speculation. That's what I'm looking for, not spectacle. Still speculation on that. But we, okay, flying car doors. Gotta watch out for those guys. They're gonna kill you. Um, but we believe that's what he was raised around. And so that's the way he acts. It's like his attitude. That's the way he comes off. You know, he's snotty, but of course, apparently so is his father. Um, and his dad isn't a good dad. Apparently, when he got out of the car to go into his dad's car, his dad had spent a whole bunch of money on a new vehicle that apparently he was supposed to be spending on his child support and whatnot. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh my god, you're kidding me. And his son called him right out on it. He's, you know, when he got out of the car, apparently he said, you know, Dad, what's this new car here? You know, some of that money's supposed to be for me. Apparently, I guess, you know, this guy who is a black man got extremely pale. I don't know how that's possible. I've never seen a black guy get pale. I've only seen them get darker. Just saying. Um, but yeah, and so his dad got, oh, oh, I'm sorry. Were you trying to knife me? I don't think so. Let's go over here. Come on. Come on, I want your dog tags. Hug? Hug, brother? No hug. Wow. Wow, okay. No hug. He doesn't get a hug, guys. No brotherly love for him. But his dad isn't the best of dads. You know, I've had some of that. I mean, my dad, he's a good guy. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail. 'Cause that's definitely personal. That's still going on. Um, but it definitely his father and son relationship is just crap. It's not even there. It doesn't even exist. Uh, and his older brother isn't even a good influence on him. So his older brother was hanging out with a 40-year-old or something like that, making out with a 40-year-old in the back of my mom's car. And when I found that out, that absolutely disgusted me because the guy is a high school dropout who's 17 years old. He's 17. And I'm like, dude, come on. You could be out there getting a diploma or something if you were done with high school. I think he dropped out in the 11th grade or something like that. I think he dropped out in 11th grade. That's when he gave up. Um, and I didn't even know that until, you know, just a few days ago. And I'm like, oh, wow. It's kind of jacked. My mom's like, yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. 'Cause, you know, they were making out. He was smoking, too. Um, you know, if he's smoking, then I'm pretty sure he was probably drinking and doing other stuff. And especially if he was with a 40-year-old woman. Kids brotherly love. That's how we do it. Um, but back to the main topic, because I totally, like, ran away from it. Rape. You know, this very close to me family member, they told me about it. And when I found out that, I just, was disgusted. I didn't want. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want any more to do with the conversation because it was so bad. It was so bad, and I felt horrible. But there's nothing you can do because it was in the past. And all you know that you can do is try and prevent it in the future if you can. If you see anything like that, if you hear anything like that, try to prevent it. Brotherly love. Oh, two guys. Nope, just one guy. Um, and I don't know. It's one of those topics. It's also one of those topics you don't really want to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it. I find it hard to talk about because it's happened to family members of my family that are close to me. And I'm sure maybe some of you out there have experienced it yourself. You've been raped, or you know someone who has been raped, and you know what they go through. You know the stresses, the thought process behind that. And I'm not talking about the rapey, the thought process. I don't care what the dude's thought process were, or even the girl. I mean, there are guys that get raped by women. I didn't know that till about a year ago, because I'm like, Mom, I always see men raping women. I've never heard of a girl raping a guy, and she's like, yeah, it's totally possible. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that, but now I do. It's kind of creepy, and it, it's it goes to show that no matter what you think of that person, they can always be something else, if you will, not what you expect. And I think there was a swim swim coach who was raping the females on his team because he was the coach of a female swim team, and he would rape them and take them into a shed and touch them and said, if you tell anyone, I'm going to kill you. And one girl spoke out and the police arrested this guy, and apparently he was raping every single girl that had ever been on his team. That was just like his thing to do, and I think he said it was like training practice or something. He like polluted their mind and made them think that what he was doing was okay. And I don't, I just don't like that. I'm probably gonna cut into another game, but I don't care. This is something I would like to talk about. um I don't think that people who do that should go unpunished. And by that, I mean, yeah, they go to jail. Yeah, they might, stay there for 50 years. I don't care. They're only there for 50 years. That's 50 years. They could come out, they could do the same thing again, and they could cover their tracks. Because once you take them to jail, they're gonna know, okay, well, I screwed up here. Maybe next time I'll wear a mask or I'll just kill the girl. The police, honestly, they're like teaching them, all right, we caught you because you left a fingerprint on the scene of the area and the girl saw your face. Okay, 50 years later, the guy gets out. He's wearing a ski mask. He's wearing gloves. He's got a knife. He rapes the girl. He thinks that she might have recognized him, so he kills her. Well, becomes a raper and a murderer. And those things, murder is one thing. Raping is a totally different level. I mean, yeah, I don't believe you take a human's life if you absolutely don't have to. The guy's holding a gun to your face and you accidentally take his life, that's fine. You were defending yourself, and especially if you had your family, you're defending your family. But if a guy rapes someone or a girl, because I keep referring to guys, a guy or a girl rapes someone or gets raped, I think that the person that was raping them or the person that, got raped should get some retribution. Well, mainly the person that got raped, because, yeah, the person that got raped should get some retribution. The person that was giving the rape out, I don't think you can really give it out like a gift basket, but um, I think that they should have their cash and prizes removed, if you know what I mean by that. I'm not sure how they'd go to the bathroom, but especially the men, just cut off something down there to make it hurt, so they know that they shouldn't do that again. I think there was one country, there was a tribe or a village or something like that, where if someone was raped and they knew who the raper was, I'm not sure what they call it, the guy or girl who's in the process of raping them, they would go and they would do something to their private area. I think for the men, they would cut off their penis or their testicles. I'm not sure because I don't, there's not too many women rapers out there. I'm not sure what they would do to the women, but I know that the men would lose that ability to have kids. And in a way, I think it's medieval and it's horrible, but I agree with it. I think something more drastic, whatever you want to call it, needs to be done to show that this is not okay. We can't have this in our society. We're supposed to be beyond these times. It's the 21st century, I think. I haven't ever understood that. I always thought it was the 20th century, and then I found it was like the 21st. I don't know. 21st century. Um, we shouldn't be doing these things. I mean, I would expect there to be rapers and rapees, um, back in the 18 and 1900s, early 18 and 1900s. Um, but not nowadays. Not with the technology and the way we want to go. You know, I want to have kids when I grow up. I want to have kids. I want to have a lot of them. I want to have a family, a big, healthy family. But I don't want to raise kids in a world where I have to worry about, okay, I have a daughter. It's their first boyfriend. What's gonna go on what's gonna go on behind closed doors? I'm sure they'll kiss and they'll do their thing. That's fine. But if I find out that he ever raped my daughter, I'm not kidding you. I will go to jail. I will kill that kid. I will hang him up by a noose. Not around the neck. I might do it around his balls. And I'll say, if anyone else touches my daughter the way this child touched my daughter, I will do the same thing. I will get out of jail. I'll wait. I'll wait. If you rape my daughter, I will wait until I'm out of jail. I will hunt you down and I will kill you. That's something I'm very adamant about. Something I don't like when it happens to people. And same if I have a son and I find out my son rapes another girl, I'm not gonna murder my child, but I probably will beat the ever living crap out of him. And if my son does that, that means I've taught him wrong and I've failed him as a father. And that'll weigh heavily on my mind. I'll think, where did I go wrong? Where did where did I teach my child that raping was okay? That when a girl says no, it means yes. I don't know if I could live with myself. My child was, some mass raper raped. Even just one girl would be bad, but raping more than one girl, a woman, a child, I wouldn't be able to live with myself as a father. I would definitely think I failed my child. And I wouldn't feel bad when he went to jail, but in a way I would also feel bad because I would feel like it was my fault. That was um me during his childhood not teaching him certain things, what to do correctly, like alcohol and stuff. You're not supposed to drink alcohol, but I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll experiment. Uh, it happens. You can't tell a child or a teenager. I mean, now technically this is more in the teenager area, but you can't tell a teenager you don't have any beer, don't have any wine. You just can't tell them that because they're off in another person's house. Excuse me. They're off in another person's house and that person has alcohol. There's a pretty good chance, especially if they're alone, they're gonna do something really stupid. And you just have to expect that, but I don't think any parent should ever expect that their child would rape another person or take someone's life. That's my thought process. I'm getting like the infinite loading screen here. I'll go ahead and wrap up this video, but let me know what you guys think about that because I don't know. I just let me know what you think. Leave some feedback, comment or two, whatever. None of that troll crap, because I got some guy who posted first on one of my videos. I thought it was funny at first, and I'm like, man, that leaves no feedback. Okay, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you agreed with me on some of the areas, and if you didn't, go ahead and let me know. Uh, so yeah, I'll try to come out with some of these videos every once in a while. I guess this is more or less a like a Pwn Stars real talk, but it's not a real talk. This is well, I guess in a way it is, but I'm not gonna steal his thunder or whatever. Um, so yeah, favorite, subscribe, do whatever. Just definitely leave a comment, some feedback, guys. Thank you, and see you later.